As a continuation to that, which we have learnt in the previous video, as a part of management of natural resources, in this class we are going to learn in detail about three important natural resources and their management. First and foremost, natural resources, forests. So in this particular topic we are going to talk about what are forests and who are the people those are connected with the forests, understood how to manage them and how to conserve them. In detail we are going to learn in this topic, that is about forests. So before going to enter into the exact topic, let us first see what is the word meaning forests. Forest means an area where we can find thick growth of plants and animals. An area where we can find the thick growth of plants and animals is called as a forest. I think in your previous classes or in your social studies classes you may have learnt about it in detail. So these forests help us in many ways. Already in 7th class and in 8th class, biology classes also you have learnt about it. Many of the forest products we use for our comfortability, right? So in this class, forests and who are the people those are directly or indirectly connected with forests, we are going to learn about them in detail now. So the people who are in concern with forests, people who are in concern with forests. That concern may be direct or indirect. The people who are in concern with forests or who have interest with forests or who are related with forests are called as stakeholders. Are called as what? Stakeholders. The people who are having concern with forests or who are related with forests are called as what? Stakeholders. So the stakeholders of forests are broadly categorized into 4 groups. These 4 groups of people are directly or indirectly having a relation with forests. So who are they? Among them the first one is local people. Local people in the sense the tribal people who are living in the forest from many generations onwards. From their forefathers onwards, these local people are living in the forest and they only depend on the forest for their livelihood or for their life. Such a group of people who are depending upon the forest for their livelihood and who are living from their forefathers onwards, that means from many generations onwards, are called as local people or tribal people. Are you getting my point? So these are the first group of stakeholders, those who are having relation with forests. Second group, if you see, FDI. What do you mean by that? Or what does it mean? Forest Department of India. Forest Department of India is also having a concern with forest. Their main role is to protect the wealth of the forest and they have to manage the resources which are present in the forest area. Their duty is to conserve the resources which are present in the forest. So they are also having a relationship with forest and we can call them as second group of stakeholders in relation with forest. Third group, if you see, third group are industrialists. Third group are whom? Industrialists. These industrialists also directly or indirectly they depend on forest for their raw material. For example, if you take paper industry, to make paper they need wood pulp. So they have to cut the trees. So for their wood pulp or for their raw material, this paper industrialist will depend on forests. In the same way, some of the other industrialists like BD industries. So BD industries, to make these cigars are BDs. Those industrialists need some of the special leaves. The leaves which are used in making BDs are called as kendu leaves. and these tendu leaves mostly available in the forests only. So to get their raw materials, paper industrialists, timber industrialists, or BDs or cigars industrialists, many of them are depending upon forest for getting the raw materials. So these are the third group of the stakeholders in relation with forests. Last but not least, the fourth group is environment conservationists. Environment conservationists. This particular group plays an important role in conservation or in the management of forests. They are ready to sacrifice even their lives. They always raise their voice in the conservation of forests. They always bring awareness among the people. What is going to happen if continuously people are exploiting these natural resources like forests? How to conserve them? What measures we have to take as responsible citizens to conserve the natural resources in detail? They are going to bring awareness among the people to save the forest. So like this, these all four groups of people are called as the stakeholders of forests, those who are having direct or indirect relationship with forests. So among them, first let us see what is the role of local people and how their activities are helpful, in saving the forests. I will clear this with an example. So there is in the high up in the greater Himalayas, Himalayan National Park. Himalayan National Park is there now. National Park. This Great Himalayan National Park is famous for alpine meadows. Which meadows? Alpine meadows. Meadows in the sense like grasslands. So this Himalayan National Park is famous for alpine meadows. Before it has become as a national park, the people who are living in this great Himalayas, especially the shepherd people, nomadic shepherds in the sense, those shepherds have no permanent house. They will be driving their flock of sheep to the various parts of the Himalayan mountains wherever there is food available or fodder available for the sheep. So these shepherd used to drove their flock of sheep to the greater Himalayas to feed their sheep, and those sheep feed on these alpine meadows. Once when it has become as a national park, the entry of these sheep was strictly prohibited. That means the shepherds were not allowed to draw their flock of sheep into this great Himalayas. So what happened? The alpine meadows, the grass which is present in the alpine meadows, it has become too taller. Are you getting my point? And it restricted the growth of the fresh grass. So the beauty of that Himalayan National Park is completely disturbed when forcibly these local people, those who are living in that particular area, were strictly prohibited. Their entry was strictly prohibited. Are you getting my point? So no doubt these local people are depending upon the forest, their livelihood. They are depending on the forest for their food, for their shelter, for their occupation. For example, bamboo baskets they have to make, fishing nets they have to make, for medicine, for everything they are depending upon the forest. It doesn't mean that they are destroying the natural resources like forest. One side they will be depending upon the forest, on the other side they always take care of the conservation of forest. They will be taking care of the forest products or forest resources, and without exploiting them or without disturbing their balances. So participation of local people is very much important in the conservation of forest. By how can you say, teacher, if you ask a question, you can tell that by taking this example. Whenever this local people entry was prohibited into the Himalayan National Park, the beauty of the national park was completely destroyed due to the irregular growth of this alpine grass. Are you getting my point? Another example we will discuss in the next coming video.